What is going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back. And I do appreciate the support. Guys, last week to the day, I did a story where I just absolutely lost it on here with you guys about a 6-year-old autistic nonverbal little boy out there in Miami, Florida. Shout out. And I think his name was Byron, where he was beaten so bad he suffered cardiac arrest in his home before his mother called 911 at the hands of her boyfriend, who's currently locked up. Well, more information has come out yesterday, and now the mother herself just turned herself in because she's been locked up as well. And I want to give you a progress report of this little boy who's still in grave condition. And man, this story really hurt me to my soul last week when we did this. I'm gonna control my composure, and I just want to show you what's going on, man. I mean, what's the sense of having children if you really not going to protect them? Now, granted, this man was not the father of this little boy that you're about to see, but if this guy was as abusive as you said, why would you protect him? And now you locked up as well. Here's the story.
You also tonight, a mother arrested, a stunning turn in a heartbreaking case of child abuse.
A 6-year-old boy is still fighting for his life tonight after being beaten allegedly by his mother's boyfriend. And now the child's own mother is also behind bars, facing serious charges. Local 10's Byron Tollefson live outside the jail in West Miami-Dade with the details tonight. Byron.
Well, we've been telling you about this devastating story over the last few weeks, and now the latest update. The boy's mother taken into custody this afternoon and booked into TGK as police say she failed to protect her son.
A mother is in custody tonight as her 6-year-old son with autism continues to recover from being severely beaten, allegedly at the hands of her boyfriend. North Miami Beach police confirming that the mom, Cynthia Hernandez, was arrested today for child neglect, failing to report child neglect, and giving false information to law enforcement. It was earlier this month when 6-year-old Mason went unconscious for 30 minutes at a North Miami Beach home as paramedics arrived. Police say the mom's boyfriend, 34-year-old Daniel Romero, caused bleeding and swelling in the little boy's brain, liver, kidney, and spleen lacerations, as well as breaking his shoulder. Video shows the boy being revived by a North Miami Beach police officer on scene. Since then, Mason has spent weeks in the ICU and has been on a ventilator. Detectives say the boyfriend, Romero, lied to police about how the boy got his injuries. And now the mom also behind bars, as police say she also failed to protect her vulnerable son.
The boy's grandmother now has temporary protective custody of him. We have reached out to the family this afternoon for an update on how Mason is doing. We'll let you know any updates coming up at 9 o'clock. For now, live in West Miami-Dade, Byron Tollefson, Local 10 News.
A mother surrendering to North Miami police after her boyfriend was charged with beating her 6-year-old son who has autism. At last check, the child is still in the hospital in critical condition. CBS News Miami's Peter Dench is your reporter at the jail in West Miami-Dade, where the mother is being held tonight.
Cynthia Hernandez has been booked into the jail after North Miami Beach police say she voluntarily turned herself in. She faces several charges, including failing to report child neglect. North Miami Beach police say there were inconsistencies in Cynthia Hernandez's statements since the night her 6-year-old autistic son Mason was severely beaten.
Is he okay? Is he breathing?
Body cam video captured police responding to her home and their efforts to revive the child. Police say he was left with bleeding on his brain, cuts to his liver and kidney, and bruises. We recently spoke with the child's grandmother.
I know that my grandson was in pain, like screaming and crying. No child should receive such brutal attacks onto himself. He had a brain bleed, he has a broken shoulder. I'm in deep sorrow and hurt because Mason has love. He has us.
Hernandez's boyfriend, Daniel Romero, was charged with aggravated child abuse, causing great bodily harm, child neglect, and providing false information to police. Now Hernandez is charged with child neglect, failure to report child neglect, and providing false statements to police. As Mason remains in the hospital, his grandmother cherishes these images from December 23rd of Mason singing by a Christmas tree.
He's very bubbly, but he enjoys music and he loves karaoke. That is one of his fab things that him and I do a lot.
Police say the welfare of Mason is a top priority, and they urge people to call them if they have additional information that can help them. And while Mason's grandmother has spoken about the child, she told us she does not want to comment about her daughter's arrest out of respect for her legal rights. We heard from Mason's grandmother in a statement to CBS News Miami. She asked for prayers for Mason and said she hoped that charges against Romero would be upgraded to attempted murder. In West Miami-Dade, Peter Dench, CBS News Miami.
Okay, that's the update on this little boy still fighting for his life on a ventilator, tracheotomy and everything else. And you know, when this first came out, you know, a lot of people felt sorry for the mom. And I said in the video, I said, you know, that only goes so far, because you should have been out of there. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody can be scared of somebody that they deem a hellion or abusive person. And a lot of times, abusive relationships are not easy to get out of. But I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If somebody's beating the hell out of you as a woman or a man, some cases, and they start to do that to your child, something in you, fear only goes so far, in my opinion. And this is just my honest opinion. Every situation is different. But to me, ain't nobody gonna touch or hurt my kid, especially when my kid already has an uphill battle in life with disabilities that none of us are privy to. There have been multiple times you could have got away from that dude. But then again, misery loves company. And a toxic relationship is just what it is, a toxic relationship. And a lot of time the infection of ignorance and violence spill out on others that have nothing to do with it. Ma'am, something you should have kicked in the way you're like, damn, this wouldn't happen to my child if I hadn't brought this guy into my life. I'm more than sure he was living up under you than you was living in his house. And either way, man, this is messed up. Did you hear what the grandmother said? Did you hear the grandma? I'm not going to say nothing about my daughter because I respect her constitutional rights or whatever, her law. You know, I don't want to incriminate her shit. But I can tell the grandma from that quote is not happy with this, with what everybody's learning. Did you notice their charges were similar? Withholding information, lying to police, all this other stuff. The cat's out the bag. Your baby's getting CPR on the ground after having a cardiac arrest, after being mollywopped by a guy that you dealt with, and you never came clean at that point. He was standing right there. All of this, guys, they said came from the man supposedly trying to teach the little boy to ride a bike and got mad because the boy got frustrated. How many of you have tried to teach your kids to ride bikes before and they get upset and they don't want to do it? And you tell them, hey, get back up and try again. And they don't want to do it. They're hurt, they're scared and stuff like this. And a lot of times you want to teach them, you know, hey, it's a life lesson. Just because you get knocked down and you fall or whatever, learn, conquer your fears and just, you know, achieve something. That's understandable, but beating the hell out of a kid, something different. This should not happen in this country, or any country for that matter. But I mean, I can only speak here because I know about the ways here. But this should never happen. If you're a man out there and you don't like a woman's kids, leave the woman alone. Because eventually it's going to spill out to where you're going to do something to that child or say something that's going to hurt that child. But then again, you know, there's a lot of women out there that see that a guy don't like their children, but they might not be aggressive with them, but you still keep the person around. That's the thing. You choose who comes around your kids don't. There are a lot of relationships out here right now where women got men and their children see the common sense thing that the woman chooses to ignore, that this is not the right guy to be in this type of environment with us and the mother as well sometimes. And then the more this stuff gets ignored, the more shit like this will happen. That hurts my heart to see that little boy up there like that. And it also makes me thankful that I had people that were surrounded by me, that cared about me and kept me away from situations like that. And my mom was smart enough not to deal with somebody that was on that type of fucking level. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. This is a goddamn disgrace.